Zodiac killer. The elements involved today included psychiatrists, astrologers...
At first, Los Angeles police thought that the murder of a young woman last March was an isolated act of violence, but since then they've come to believe it was connected to a wide-ranging series of assaults by a killer who's become known as the Night Stalker. The killer reportedly struck again during the week.
What's up, guys? My name's Daniel Hammond. First episode, give it up, okay? The show's gonna be named Icebreaker. It's gonna be about cases going on around the United States right now and cold cases from the past. I'm gonna have a new guest every week, and this guest is very special, near and dear to mine. This is my best friend, Robert Trow.
What's up, everybody? We're here to talk about this case as well. I researched it, so to be prepared, so be ready.
He's dedicated. We get the immersed mug. But today, we're going to be going over the Idaho Murders. This is a recent case that's happened in the span of November to December. It's still ongoing right now. Very gruesome case. The victims, it's very sad to see about it, and I feel for them. It's just a case that was all gone wrong, and it was pretty depressing, to be honest, because it could happen to any of us. So I'm just gonna go over the case. We're gonna talk about it a little bit, and just gonna go over the atmosphere. Then we're gonna talk about it, what we would do, stuff like that for a detective. All right, let me set the tone of this gruesome night. So at 4 a.m., they thought there was someone downstairs, and they said it out loud, who's upstairs, and there was a notification on BM's phone, which was the camera alert, one of the cameras that give your phone an alert that went off, and it detected someone, but she looked outside, there was no one there, and she looked on her phone, there was no one there. But it also detected a noise that came at approximately, this is between the times of 4 a.m. to 4:25 a.m., so it's 25 minutes range. And it detected a noise, and it was a large thud and a scream. But during these moments, we would not know what was going on, because little did we know there was 2 people getting murdered, which was Xana and Ethan. And they thought it was one of their DoorDash members, but what the scene looked like was Xana was on the ground, and she was calling out for Ethan. So Ethan came down and said, "I can help you," but little did you know the killer was downstairs waiting for him, which is the suspected Ryan Koberger. So yeah, he was downstairs waiting for them. It was all kind of planned out. It was kind of like he was methodically kind of waiting for them and waiting. So DM went and heard this noise, but Ryan Koberger walked past her when she heard the noises, and she looked out her door for the 3rd time, stated in the police report. And little do we know, Koberger was going upstairs to go murder Kaylee and Madison, which is gruesome, and it was bad. It was really bad, and Koberger flee the scene supposedly. This is a major suspect. There's a lot of evidence. He's in court right now. A lot of evidence surrounding he was a suspected killer at this time, and this could happen to anybody, really. Just think about it. You order DoorDash, you're waiting, and there's a person waiting for you that you probably don't even know, or it could be anybody. And he was waiting, and he killed 4 innocent people that did not deserve anything at all, and they still have their young lives to live. These people were 21 to 24. I know Xana was in her last year of college, so it was devastating, and yeah, it was crazy.
One of the dude
Ethan?
Yeah, he was on a tulip farm and all that. So
a tulip farm?
Yeah, he got tulips named after him when he worked there over the summer. So,
damn, that's sad.
Yeah, they made a memorial for tulips for him.
I didn't even know that. That's sad. But there was new evidence that was recently discovered that Koberger was actually messaging one of the roommates that were upstairs, being kind of creepy with them. And there was, so we're gonna go back in the night before it was like 1 a.m. at the time. I know Madison and Kylie were out, and they thought they thought there was a guy that was stalking them, but he got questioned, and it was further evidence that the food truck, that he was innocent. He was questioned and all that, but he was not guilty. But what I want to ask you, Will, is what would you do in the situation if you were the detective? You came to the scene, you saw 2 people downstairs dead, 2 people upstairs dead, but the 2 victims that were, they called the authorities the night after. Well, not the night after, the day after in the morning. So what were your thoughts? What would you think that was going on?
I mean, I'd common sense, you just suspect them, but I mean, yeah, that's how I would see it. I'm not a trained detective, but I would think it would be them. But I mean, it wasn't obviously, but obviously the first suspicions would probably be them because they're alive and called the day after.
Would you say that, I know this is close to our time because we're seniors, would you say this is kind of scary thinking about this topic because we're kind of going into our college years and we'll be living on campus, and if you make the wrong move, this could happen?
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, it wasn't even, there was literally, as far as we know, there was really no motive to this. It just kind of happened for whatever reason. And the dude himself, he got to enjoy time with his family during the holidays, while many were devastated. So it's kind of blows. But honestly, it's surprising that they caught him, and thankfully they did. Many thought it would be a cold case, but yeah, they believe that they got him. They even stopped him on the highway 3 times for tailgating too.
I'm gonna get into that. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about this guy, Brian Koberger. So he is a forensics major. He was majoring forensics at the Idaho school that was a couple miles down the street, another Idaho college. And the day after, so Brian Koberger's parents stated that he went home and cleaned his car of something that the cops further looked into that has not been released to the public yet. And Brian Koberger also was found tailgating people, and he was pulled over for it, and he was with his father, but he was in Pennsylvania at the time. So he got to Idaho and Pennsylvania in about a couple of days, which is very suspicious. But he also got back to his mom's house that kind of when he came back, and he was just cleaning his car of stuff, which is weird. He was found in the car with his father when he was tailgating this person, and he's kind of this malicious driver. So he's kind of guilty at this point, because not guilty, but at this point he was kind of he was panicking. Something was going on. So I can't say he is the killer because it hasn't been stated yet, but there's a lot of evidence leading back to him, which is very, very bad. And he stated to his friend a couple times he can go to any bar and pick up any girl. So he really had a big head on him. Homeboy thought he was main character.
And he worked with this forensic scientist, I believe, at a station, and he was asked if he saw any signs, and he said there was this one other thing that he said. It was something how could somebody possibly cover up a murder or something like that. It was something like that. But it was something along those lines, and he didn't see the red flag at the time, but when he was asked about it, he thought that was pretty weird.
And he also got to have a sit-down interview with the infamous killer BTK, and it's kind of coincidental. His initials are BK and BTK, but Brian also asked the BTK killer, how do you approach your victims, and how do you get basically the drop on your victims, which is very, very weird. I don't think a normal person would ask this question without some malicious intent behind that. But
and he made a Reddit post.
And he also he's a Redditor, so
asking how to clear up crimes or whatever. So if someone committed a felony before and how they got away with it. That's what it was. He said it was for school or something.
So we got a Redditor making Reddit posts about crime stuff. We got an interviewer that's asking killers, infamous killers, how do they cover up their crimes. This guy is a big walking red flag, and I feel like evidence is all around him, but
Maybe walking out.
he's a walking out, like he said. But yeah, I want to give thanks to everybody that's watching right now, and I hope the families in Idaho are slowly recovering, and I know it's going to be a hard time for them because that is their kids, and I hope they're slowly recovering from it. But
the dad's a win. One of the dads is a win. Like he was like,
he was going crazy.
I know he hired private investigators when the cops wouldn't do anything, and he like even now like speaks out for like forever. Like he's a win. One of the dads like is a win. He's a huge win.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think it was either Kaylee or Madison's dad that was just
Like
he was doing the most.
He did everything in his power to make sure the case didn't go cold.
He was screaming at the police. He went on the police. He like intruded on the police scenes. Just walked in, and he was like, "I have the right to be here." And he used to go on like newscasts, just slandering the police department. I mean,
And
he was
a support for all the other victims' families as well. Yeah, even though we lost it.
It's just crazy. Like, if that's just a true parent right there that really cares about their kid. I mean, what more can you ask? Like, this is another icebreaker. See ya.